Those numbers are people, our lives, our stories, and many of them are waiting to complete that final chapter because no matter what the murder rate is in this city, some remain unsolved, and those families are caught in a special kind of hell. There are few things a mother fears more than the call. Rhonda Cooks came at 5 a.m. from her son's girlfriend asking if Devin was all right.
I was kind of out of it, like he should be okay, but he wasn't. It wasn't until about 8 o'clock I got in contact with a detective.
And with it, concern became full-on despair. The homicide detective explained to the single mother that her 20-year-old boy got shot and was killed in Park Heights. There would be no good mornings after that. For Cook, each day begins much like August 1st.
It's an empty feeling. It's like we live in that call every day that I wake up. Missing my son.
Missing the man she raised him to become, and with a part-time job at the zoo, being a leader of his CCBC lacrosse team, and the recent news of a scholarship to attend Missouri Valley College, he was on his way. The pride of his mother with a smile that could light up a room, and the 3-year-old brother who idolized him, Devin Cook, was on his way, until it seems like a random set of circumstances cut him down.
No sense.
How do you deal with that?
It's very hard. It is very hard. You play it over and over in your head, how, why. It's very hard for my entire family.
Because those questions still have no answers. 4.5 months from his murder, and police still have no leads. Detectives say Cook was in Park Heights to drop off a friend after a lacrosse game with no known reason why someone would shoot him. There is no narrative that fits the crime, which is why early last month, police pushed out this plea on its Twitter page, a Crime Stoppers flyer hoping to gain some traction somewhere. But Devin's wouldn't be the only murder leaving detectives stumped in 2014. 3-year-old Mackenzie Elliott was also killed in August, shot while on a porch in Waverly. This tragedy remains unsolved as well, despite a proclamation from Commissioner Anthony Batts at the time promising a quick arrest. Months later, the crime still angers him.
I want this community to understand our value system, that nobody gets to do that and get away with that. Nobody gets to take a 3-year-old baby's life where you have to sit there. And I sat there for an hour and a half and looked at that baby in that casket, and I looked at that young mother, and I looked at that young father. It's unacceptable.
In a recent one-on-one interview with the commissioner, prominent unsolved murders notwithstanding, he explained Baltimore has a murder clearance rate around the national average for similar-sized departments. It hovers just under 50%, but that number is cumulative and lives and breathes over decades. According to department numbers, year-to-date in 2014 alone, Baltimore has only solved a mere 36% of its murders.
What do you tell families like that?
You know, I think in my 33, 34 years, even talking to you about it right now sends chills up my spine. It's unacceptable. And I want that outrage that I feel and that volcanic reaction inside of me, I want this community to feel it. I don't want people to say, okay, that's just another life. That's just another baby loss. I want that to be a clarion moment.
Police say it's unfair to judge homicide clearance rates year to date, but still acknowledge it needs to improve. Commissioner Batts says regional homicide teams could help. A plan of putting detectives in districts to be better connected to communities will launch next month.
Not knowing is the worst feeling ever.
But for Devin Cook's family and more than 100 just like them, the wound stays open. A sharp pain motivating a mourning mother not only to sit in front of a television news camera for the first time, but to look directly into it.
I just want somebody, anybody, to come forward with any information on what happened to my son. They didn't just kill Devin. They killed all our hopes. Dreams.
Now, Rhonda Cook has nothing but amazing things to say about the homicide detective assigned to her son's murder. She says he checks in with her at least once a week.
In the meantime, Cook helped set up a scholarship in her son's name called the Smile for Devin Foundation. The scholarship is for inner city youth. Details are available on abc2news.com. And as always, if you know anything that can help police close this case, give Metro Crime Stoppers a call at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP.